Now I just picked this little guy up. He was trying so hard to get in here. And you know, if he wants to be in here, nothing's going to eat him. No birds are going to eat him. He's going to find plenty of little bugs, plenty of water. Do you want to go live in here? And off he goes. All right. I don't have a problem with a lizard living in here. That'll be good. So I've been working out in the garden, picking different things off of trees, and working also my dog kennel. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I step inside and show you what the dog kennel looks like? Hi, this is Robbie from Southern California. And yes, eggplant, among so many other things growing inside my dog kennel, my vegetable garden that is enclosed. So this is the inside of my dog kennel right now. Not groomed in any way. So what would I do right now? This could maybe use some grooming off of the leaves that are, you know, full of powdery mildew. I'll throw it in a bucket and I can add in some water. This is beautiful lettuce growing in. Oh my goodness. There's 1,000 seed heads in there growing, little seedlings. This needs a really good watering. Look at the lettuce coming up there. But this I'm going to leave. I can harvest what's ever in here. There's no bugs of any type in there. And I can remove some of the lettuce. I'm going to clean this up. More lettuce is growing here. This will be nice. Peppers are growing. It really needs a bigger... Whoa. It's sending its roots into this. This is a pine cone. If it's sending its roots up this way, this pepper plant definitely needs a bigger pot. And then I've got lettuce seedlings here. This is a lettuce that's going to go to seed with more seedlings there. This is a cucumber. I'm not going to take it out yet. What I'm going to do is groom it. Now, a lot of times I leave these leaves in the summer. Even though they're not doing much for the plant, they're actually doing something for the plant in the summer. They're shading the stalk from the sun. So they may be dying back, but there's a purpose for them. But right now, our weather is changing. Yes, we're about 80 today, but then it can go back down to 50. So I can go ahead and trim all this off, which I'm going to do. This pepper plant, bet you this one grew into the tote. Let's see. Not yet. So I can leave this. Oh, there's a cucumber that was hiding back there. So I got to get that out. Beautiful Swiss chard. I'll have that all winter long. This needs to be, okay, I don't want to do it here. Notice there's no tomato hornworms on this. I need to groom this. I didn't get a lot of tomatoes off of this. Got a lot of top foliage, but actually it is full of tomatoes. I'm going to groom this back because I want to grow better things in here for the winter, and I want to stake this up, and I don't want to do it this way because I'll break the plant. There we go. So, and Gary's been cutting off the peppers as they turn color because he uses them every morning. I've got more there. I don't know if this squash will make it, but we'll go ahead and take care of it and see what happens in the next month. It's trying to get out, but it can't. And it came from there, and it just kind of grew over that way. And, oh, we have a Korean melon back here, but it's not going to make it. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. I'll leave it, but I doubt it's going to make it. It needs much warmer nights for longer than we had. So I'll leave that right now. If I can get these peppers staked up and taken care of and make some compost tea, they'll get even bigger. And I'll be loaded with peppers. These have been beautiful all through here. But this needs to go, really, or trim way back. The whole ground is covered in seedlings. And a lot of it is tomato plants. I see tomato plants. I see sow thistle. This is just a weed. I don't want this. I go ahead and just throw that in there and let it compost. All this will be taken down. Oh, this is what he wanted. This is the popolo. It's going to seed. Now, it doesn't have any pollinators. We've grown it before. Nothing goes to the flowers. Nothing likes it. I don't like it either. You either love it or hate it. It's one of those type of herbs. But Gary loves it. And I'll go ahead and get some compost tea in there and throw some more leaf matter in there and continue to give it a good water. And then he can collect the seeds and put them anywhere he wants, even in his garden for the spring. Look at the watermelon. It's still trying. Yeah, it's kind of late for watermelon. Oh, I see a monarch butterfly flying around. Then back here, there's more peppers. Oh, that one's full. That one is full of peppers. That's a yellow, kind of a yellow-orange pepper. I don't think there's anything in this tote anymore. I think that was a watermelon, and I picked it. See how the tomatoes got squished up in there? So here's what I do, and I'm going to do it now. And you want to do this whenever you can. You want to start collecting leaves. Let me explain something on this. I compost everything. If there was really, depending on what type of disease, but if it's just something that's taking the plant back, you're not going to have any problems next year. So I've been doing this for years. You do it the way you want, but I compost everything. I will go through and collect all these leaves. Probably it will get rained on or water will get in there or it'll rot down, and then I'll do what I did in here. Just pour it in there and water the plants. Really a good thing to do is start setting up some totes or buckets or whatever containers you want, even flower pots from the, let's say, nursery, and start throwing in all your scrap stuff. If you got rodents, put a cover on it. But don't worry if you get snow. It doesn't matter if it freezes. Come spring or whenever it thaws, oh my goodness, the microbes will get in there, and if you've got earthworms or other critters around, that good beneficial insects will get in there, break it down, and you've got free soil. You can't get anything better than this. Your own leaves, your own plants. If you didn't spray it, you know you're organic. When you're buying something, you have no idea what is on anything these days. Everything in the store is sprayed. Go look it up. But when you're doing it, you know what's there. This has just been fantastic. We do all our gardens this way. Oh, look, a little pollinator. Oh, see, he went through the wire. Those are our little hoverflies, and they're fantastic pollinators. Oh, look, he's cleaning himself. See that? He says, oh, I just came in here, did my thing, whatever he did, and he went back out. See, that's why I didn't cover it with tulle. I figured let those small pollinators come in. And if I have an issue, I can cover the plants that I need to with tulle. Let's say I got whitefly, which I didn't. Then I can cover that. And if I wanted to, I could cover the whole thing. I know I had planned on it, but I kind of stepped back and noticed I wasn't having any issues. So why do it? This dog kennel or any dog kennel will be turning into your greenhouse, your place to grow and not have to worry about insects. I mean, look, there are no insects on here. Isn't this gorgeous? All because, well, whoever's pushing the insects around couldn't get through here or didn't know to come through here. This has worked fantastic. This is 1/4-inch wire. That's all it is, just wired on. And then there's only shade cloth here. We found kind of late on as I was working in here that shade cloth wasn't good. Now why? Because the 1/4-inch wire is shade cloth. You think about the sun going across. Maybe we can't see it with the naked eye, but it is creating sunshade on all the plants. So I kind of lost out on the sun on plants that are real sun loving because they were getting actually not enough sun. So we pulled it and everything bursted into life. And that was later on when they really needed it early on. So no shade cloth for this, not when you have 1/4-inch wire. Now, if you're in the desert, you're 110 degrees, yeah, you may need something. You'll have to see. Everybody's garden is different. And you've got to remember that. Something I do and you go, wow, I'm going to do the same thing. Set it up, step back, and analyze as things grow. Maybe you have to tweak it. Because something growing down here is not the same like that pepper that's growing here. Because this pepper is open up to here. But that pepper is covered by the tomato plant. Now you have a microclimate. That pepper is getting a lot of shade. And this pepper is getting as full sun as it can in here. Everything is different. Every container is different. Some are on the ground, maybe holding more moisture that way. Let's just say one's off the ground, maybe not as moist, maybe drying out quicker, probably not. There's a grow bag. Now this is doing pretty good in a grow bag. It's on the ground, so it's damp underneath, and this beautiful Swiss chard's doing good. Pepper not so hot. I don't know why, but the Swiss chard is doing fantastic. It looks like there's 2 peppers in there. Usually peppers do good, but maybe the pepper would have been better if it was by itself. So I kind of wanted to have a bunch of different things in here, but that is a grow bag, plain old little flower pot with garlic chives there. This is just some soil I was working with and having around in case I want to, put something in there. Oh my goodness, I didn't see this. Okay, I missed that. That's a beauty. Okay, we'll have to get that off because that's the right time to pick it and the right time to eat it. When they turn yellow, they get bitter, but this is perfect, and Gary loves his eggplant. Maybe I'll bake that in the oven. And then I've got a tomato going back here. See? Kind of going in and out of the wire. It shouldn't have. I missed it, but that's okay. Mustard plant in a 97-cent or a 98-cent trash can from Walmart. Celery and just a flower pot. So there's so much, and it's not even organized that good. I look at it, we could get more hanging, we can get a whole lot more in here. But this was the first year I actually grew a full garden in here. I'm stepping out so you can see it more. And I'm going to tell you, it was successful. If I would have spent all my time in here and not all over the gardens, everywhere there is to garden, I would have had this just full of food. So I already know how I'm going to do it in the spring. But this is not a loss. Like I said, my freezer's full. This was an experiment that I feel was 100% successful. This was something I had to not deal with anything. Like, no critters got in there. The only thing that's in there now is a lizard I let go. But there was no rodents in there, no butterflies, and things still pollinated. Peppers, they're kind of like tomatoes. They blow in the wind, and then they self-pollinate. So it's been really good, but I do allow the hoverflies in. I encourage the little hoverflies. They're like teeny, teeny little bees. They do just as good. I had squash. You know, early on I had zucchini. So this has been fantastic. And these are 2 dog kennels. You can go back and watch the video that was put together. They were 8 foot long, 6 foot tall. But instead of getting 16 feet out of it, because we had the extra panels, because we didn't need the 2 back panels, we gained footage, which was fantastic because we had a panel from here and a panel from the second one. That was 4 panels, 2 foot wide, added on to the length, and we ended up with a 20-foot dog kennel. It's a little narrow. I know some of you said you got these and you squared them off. That's perfect too. But I wanted this because I want to be able to still park back here and move around. And I mean, I'm so crazy about it. I feel like getting another one. I've got the little one that I used for propagating right now and starting seeds in there. I'm going to be setting that one up a little different too. We used the original top that came with it, but we'll probably change that out as the top is getting old. It's now going to be, geez, it's either 1 or 2 years old. So I'll have to go back and look at it, but I'll probably just have Gary throw some wire on top because I'm really pleased with the wire. It gets more sunlight. Very easy to attach something. I could throw a flag over it and use metal paper binders and create some extra shade if I wanted to. So fabric, an old curtain, anything, or a shade cloth. But the dog kennel has done fantastic. Look at this. I got tomatoes everywhere. Just took it and put it in there because the squash was all done. And I thought, well, I'm going to tear it apart. And then I thought, no, I'll plant the tomato that I had in a pot from the nursery, just an extra pot, and sit it on top. Now it can send its roots in there. And then later on, I can just lift it up and plant the squash in there if I want in the spring or something else. Look at all my flowers. That is a tear down. I've got way too much milkweed in there. The milkweed's going to be in flower pots, so I can get this going with vegetables. Because if you go back, you'll see a couple years ago, it was loaded with watermelon and squash and tomatoes and peppers and everything. The milkweed took over, and I just didn't have the heart to take it all out because we had just so many butterflies. But I'm going to change things up. So that is an update on this. But I'm going to go through and groom this a little bit. And then I'm going to let my little friendly lizard, oh, he'll need a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Well, we'll see what happens. A monarch. Look at this. A mockingbird screaming at me. Oh, he's going to go look through my ginger and turmeric over there. Look at him. I wonder what he's looking for. You see him? Oh, he's going to go into the chair garden. Another one of my favorite gardens. So that is another update. Let me get this thing groomed, and this will be really, really nice. And keep this door shut, because the last thing I want to do is have a squirrel come in here and decide to live in here. Well, I worked for about 20-25 minutes in here, and I took a lot of the dried leaves off, And I also trimmed this way back. I'm probably going to end up taking the whole thing out. But notice how I've opened up the sunlight? Well, I found the pepper back there, suffering and having its leaves eaten, probably from roly-polies, because there's no caterpillars or anything in there. The peppers in there, there's multiple plants in there full of peppers. So now they'll get more sunlight there. I can put a pot there with something else because I have more space now. And I'm not afraid of my leaves. I'm dropping my leaves everywhere as I go because it's going to feed my soil and build my soil. I even have some flower pots here I dropped in. I dropped it in here. I dropped it in all this. It will dry up in a couple days or a week. It's going to look like this and then just crumble away. Look at this. They need more sunlight. Even this one needs more sun. So I did find, okay, we found the cucumber, but I found another cucumber on here. Boy, do they hide. But I don't think they're going to make it, just like I cut out a lot of the watermelon. We're done with watermelon this time of the year. Now, if I didn't have peppers in here, I could cater to the tomato plants because, yes, they're still growing, as you can see. I've got green tomatoes, red tomatoes, but I trimmed a lot of it out because I froze an entire freezer full of tomatoes. Now, I have bags and bags of tomatoes. I'd rather cater to the peppers and get more sunlight in for them. And it's not going to be that hot anymore, where I don't have to worry about it burning. So this should work out really well. I can bring another pepper here. Here's a pepper here. There's 2 peppers in there, but they're so low to the ground and they were being shaded by the cucumbers that now they're gonna get a whole lot more sun. That should work out really good. This entire bucket is full of tomatoes, leaves, and cucumber leaves and whatever else I found. I'm not afraid of my own leaves, and I most certainly will never spray them because we cater to nature around here and we work with nature. If I'd spray them, I would end up losing whatever's in here. I have ladybugs in here that came through the 1/4 inch to look for the teeniest little bugs that I may have missed. They're feasting and they can take all their time because no birds are going to come eat them because birds can't get in here. So anytime you spray, even if it's a non-toxic spray, if it ends the life of an insect, it's going to end your beneficial insects as well. Powdery mildew will disappear into the ground. Once you get it off the plant is dead, so is that. And I don't worry about that. As far as diseases, I don't see anything diseased other than just at the end of life, normal die off. And when I see normal die off, nothing bad, nothing is going on that's odd. Just go ahead and what I do is compost it all back into the plants. I lifted this earlier and there were earthworms under here. I don't want to spray my plants. Oh my goodness, do I see? Holy mackerel, I did not see. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, this is ridiculous already. I've got now 2. They're too big. I'll have to see if I can, well, I'll peel them and taste them because they're so big. If they're not bitter, then I can go ahead, chop them up and blend them up and make my cucumber drink out of them. If they're bitter, then I don't know what I'll do. I could save them for seeds. But this is just beautiful. I trimmed this down. Now I've got more room to get more things in here. And I brought in sunlight for the plants that definitely need it. So what did I have? 20 minutes worth of work. I'm going to have all this as free soil. Full to the top, but that will just go all the way down. There will only be about a 1/4 of a bucket left in there as soil once it all decays down. I can fill it with water, let it rot down. I could use that as compost tea and pour it around the plants. In the meantime, it will just rot away and become part of my soil. Garlic chives down here. Purslane growing. And look at that, the garlic chives went to seed, so that's going to be all over the ground too. So this has been really good, but this poor plant needs something. You know, I don't need to transplant this. This has got big holes. If I put it here, it will be competing with that. I think I've got another one I can put it down there. Just leave it in the pot. So I do this all the time. I leave it in the pot, and then I can sit it here. It needs a little help, this one. And now, just put that there. I can add in some more soil from whatever I can find, and then the roots will go out of the bottom and the plant will take off. In the meantime, next year I'll probably start more, but I can always move these around. So all in all, everything is clean. Look at the little watermelon. It's probably good. I should bring it in. Even though they're tiny, they're still good. So all cleaned up now, getting ready for a fall garden. So what can I grow in here? I could grow cabbage if I want to wait for cabbage, or maybe I will do some cabbage in the gray tote because I love cabbage. It just takes a long time. But any brassica in here could go in here, tree collard, regular collard, and of course, like I said, all the lettuce and the herbs that I can grow for the winter can grow in here, and they're well protected from insects, pretty much the weather as well, and I'm going to change it as we go into winter. And the main thing is there's no predators like squirrels that come in here and eat my celery, my eggplant, or my tomatoes or my peppers. It all belongs to me. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Isn't that beautiful? Bye-bye. Oh, I love all those peppers. And this is just a few. I've got them all over the yard.